We're joined today by Neil Young, Managing Director of Elixir Energy. Neil, thanks for your time.
Thank you for the invitation. Nice to be here.
Most shareholders will know Elixir for its Mongolian coal seam gas assets. How are they progressing?
Throughout the course of this year, we've been running a pilot program, and we're now expanding that with the spud just this week of a third pilot well. And we've got a very busy phase just now with, in fact, a total of 4 rigs operating in Mongolia, taking advantage of the better weather at this time of the year. And so things are going pretty well there.
Recently, you picked up a new asset in Queensland, a gas asset. Why Queensland, and what was so compelling about this opportunity?
The initiation of the Ukraine war changed things globally in energy markets for good and ill, depending upon location. But what it meant for Australia was that gas here became more valuable to buyers because of the security of supply from Australia. So this was in a location called the Taroom Trough near the Wallumbilla hub. Our team was familiar with it over many years. It was a known gas accumulation, quite expensive to drill, but the re-rate by the war was substantial, and we took advantage of one significant advantage that a small company has. We can be quick, we can be nimble and get ahead of the big guys, and we did.
And it's quite an important neighbourhood. There's a lot of big guys around you.
Exactly. Shell acquired BG, a British company. BG drilled in this location 10 years ago, spent $300 million, drilled 6 or so wells. We're actually going to appraise next door to one of those wells called Daydream 1, hence our well Daydream 2. Now Shell are back. They've commenced a program just now. They haven't publicised it because they're doing it themselves, but we know from the drilling contractors, etc. in the region that they've commenced a 3-well horizontal program. That's $100 million right there. So that's pretty significant when a global major is in effect drilling the same play as a small junior like us.
As you say, they're drilling and you're drilling. A high impact well due to commence in October. What are you targeting and what do you hope to achieve?
So we're targeting a deep, tight gas formation which was discovered by the work that BG did. We've managed to book contingent resources because of that prior discovery. So this is an appraisal well. We are confident we will intersect a very thick gross gas column. Then we'll come back in the new year, have a substantial stimulation program to release gas from that, from the sandstones which BG already flowed and the coals which they never attempted to do. Once we get those flows together, we can increase the contingent resource we've got substantially and be on the pathway to booking reserves, which is very exciting for us.
How closely will you be watching Shell, and how closely do you think Shell will be watching you?
We'll be watching them as closely as we can, but that will be hard because they're very discreet on these sorts of things. They'll naturally be watching us, but not only they, the other operators and significant oil and gas companies and significant gas customers who are already in Queensland will be watching very closely, and we are convinced that in a success case, the Taroom Trough will be an area for major activity by those big companies. Not only to supply domestic markets, this gas can go internationally via the plants at Gladstone, which have already got spare capacity, and that spare capacity is just growing.
An exciting project, a big campaign, a clear path forward. Look forward to following with interest. Neil, thanks for your time.
Thank you.